Yay!
Hello friends, Baltmatrix here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Siege Deluxe Class Spinister. Now, this figure was one of the fan vote figures from back in 2018, maybe early 2019, but he's getting his own release. So, yeah. First off, the coloring of the figure is incredibly good and very, very G1 accurate. His alt mode, if you haven't guessed already, is that of a helicopter. He looks really good. I love the coloring. The arms and the chest are different shades of purple, which is actually the same as the original G1, and his legs are, well, they're helicopter canopies. It's really good. It's a really good figure. It's a really nice, good looking figure. One prop to Hasbro is when the back folds up, the propellers don't wobble around too much. They don't flip around, they just stick straight out like that. And that's an attention to detail that I can get behind. Now, the original G1 figure was a little bit not very well detailed in the head, but this head sculpt is really nice. I love the look of it, the faceplate and the yellow eyes. It is definitely very much the G1 character, but I just wish it was a little bit more detailed. Maybe having the head be a little bit silver, but I can't argue with the aesthetic since that's the way it looked back in the 80s. And the other thing I really do like is just the overall molding. The figure just feels super cohesive, and he's got just wonderful molding in the chest and the little buttons painted there on his abdomen, and just above that, the little silver bit. There's red paint in those inside those buttons. It's just an overall wonderful robot mode. The other thing that's really cool about the robot mode is it comes with two different weapons that are the exact same double barrel type weapons that his original Generation 1 Target Masters turned into. So we have this minigun and then this blaster. And both of them can be mounted on his forearms, which is where I prefer to mount them. They can be hand carried in robot mode, or they can be mounted again on any of the siege ports. But the kicker with these is if you mount them on the wrists or anywhere else, there's another port on top, and then you could plug something else in there. That's really neat. And if you flip it around, hey, look, there's a port down here as well. See what I mean? This is just an additional level of play that I love, and props to Hasbro for doing this. I kind of hope we get more old or original, not just Target Masters, but dual Target Masters or Target Masters Juniors in the future Siege waves, and they have this gimmick. It's really cool. Speaking of the Siege gimmick, along with his fists, you have one port on each shoulder, one port on each forearm, one port on each lower leg, one port on the bottom of each foot, and then there are two ports on the back, but you really can't get to them with the helicopter blades the way they are. So if you split the blades and fold them down, then you can get to them. But even then, you've got the helicopter propeller or rear rotor in the way, so it's a tight fit if you could get anything in there at all. For a deluxe class figure, Spinister has a good amount of articulation. Head is on a swivel, but then head is on a ball joint and has very limited up and down movement. Shoulders are on a series of swivels and a hinge. Swivel at the upper arm, double bend at the elbow. Fists are on a swivel. Torso swivel. Legs can kick forward well over 90 degrees and can kick back well over 90 degrees. Figure can do a 180-degree split. Thigh swivel, a little over 90-degree bend at the knee, and then ankle articulation forward, back, and side to side. Just be wary that the part of the transformation you do end up kicking out the heel from the base of the foot, and you can end up with some goofy looking poses for heels, but this figure's just so much fun and so posable, and I just like it, and we just don't have enough deluxe class Decepticons. These are the only 4 deluxe class Decepticons I have in the Siege class, and yes, that impactor in the back is technically a Decepticon. He's wearing the Decepticon badge right there. So yeah, we need more Decepticons. When I first did Spinister's transformation, I absolutely hated it. It was annoying, and, well, yeah, it was annoying. But it's not that bad. So to start off with, we're going to take the arms and just fold them out to the sides, turn the figure around, and come to the rotor blades, straighten the rotor blades out, grab the entire rotor blade section and pull it away from the tail rotor like that. Then take the tail rotor section and fold it down to unpeg it from the back of the figure's shoulders, and then pull it up and over the head of Spinister. So if you saw what happened there, I'm going to do it again here for you better on camera. I grab the chest and push the tail rotor away, then kind of fold the chest in and up and then over the robot head and snap the tail rotor into place. And then those peg holes that were showing up in the front of the robot mode can then be pegged into after you collapse the top of the vehicle or the top of the robot mode down a little bit along the chest. So then we've got almost the entire rear of the vehicle mode ready to go. Then we take the arms and we fold them up and they will peg, and the forearms will peg into the shoulders like this. And then I turn them up and get them out of the way for what we need to do with the actual legs. So for the legs, what we want to do is turn the hips so that the back or the figure's right leg, the one with the little landing gear, is pointing towards the back of the figure or where the figure's back end was. And then take the leg, turn it out all the way, take the foot, fold it out, and flip it all the way out like that, and then fold the toe out until it pegs into this peg hole right there. And that pegs pretty tight. Then we can open up the back of the leg and pop the door clean off. Now for the other foot, the foot that is literally performing the world's worst Gerwalk mode. So we take the foot, fold it out like we did before, then take it and fold it down around 180 degrees like that, and then open up the panel, turn the leg so that the canopy is pointing towards the bottom of the vehicle mode, fold it up, and the entire section will close, then it'll close and peg into the bottom of the vehicle mode like this. Then we can fold the foot back and it should peg into place in the body. Then we can close the feet together like that and take the arms, turn them. There's a little tab right there, and that will peg into the body. And there we go. That's the vehicle mode. Now, I will be the first to tell you that is one goofy looking helicopter. But the rotors do spin with no problem, and it holds together fairly well. The only problem I really have is the undercarriage here does have a tendency to pop off, and that's probably because I screwed up somewhere. The one last thing you can do is the little tabs that are hanging off the feet will actually peg into the forearms. There are little tab holes inside the forearm. So let me show that to you. So there's the little tab hole or tab that slides onto the feet. Yeah, I think the vehicle mode, I like it, but it does look goofy. Now, you're probably wondering, why are the feet sticking off like that? Well, that is so you can add his two little gun buddies. Now, the original G1 figure did have this feature. It had little pieces that stuck off the sides that you can plug the Target Masters into. So we can plug his not-so-Target Masters into them, like that. Yeah, it's a goofy vehicle mode. Not gonna lie. It is a very goofy vehicle mode, but I still kind of love it. I like Spinister a lot. I really do. I think it's a fun figure. Transformation is a little bit iffy. I can't really deny that. And the directions are terrible. I'm sorry, Hasbro. Your directions just stink. They're really hard to understand, and they don't work that well. So one of the things I was wondering is, can we pull off a needle nose using this mold? And to be honest, we really can't, because I thought that needle nose would be a retool of this mold, and I still think that, but there really is a joint missing here. So I doubt we're going to get a needle nose fully out of this mold. So I picked this figure up over at the Hasbro Pulse, but it is available at Big Bad Toy Store, or it will be very shortly. In fact, I have quite a surprise Studio Series shipment coming in from them here in the next couple of days, I hope. As long as, Santa FedEx does what Santa FedEx needs to do. We'll see. Overall, Spinister's totally worth owning. I really think it is. And if you can find it, I really strongly suggest picking it up. I mean, we don't have enough helicopters, in all honesty. We really don't. And this is the only one of 4 Decepticon Deluxe classes. And this is, the second non-repaint Deluxe class figure in Siege that's a Decepticon. So there's that. And Needle Nose has got to be coming. I am sure we're going to get a Needle Nose any day now. Probably in Earth Siege, which hopefully those figures are going to start showing up here any minute now. So be sure to pay attention, or be sure to follow my channel so you know when those videos come out. Thank you so much for watching this video review. Please let me know what you think of Spinister down in the comments, and be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And please, my friends, be sure to follow me on Patreon, and please support me there as well. Your financial assistance is going to enable that I can keep bringing you video reviews. Because if you haven't been paying attention, YouTube is trying to kill anyone who is even remotely kids content. Again, thank you so much for watching. I've been Baltmatrix, and I will catch you next time.